Well, we won't be seeing Manchester United doing that this year, will we? Because there's going to be no Wembley repeat for the cup holders. They're well and truly out, beaten 3-1 by West Ham in today's semi-final. Now, this time there was no fantastic comeback by Manchester United, so no repeat of their story in the previous cup clashes this season. And with Preston North End knocking out their fellow second division colleagues Swansea Town, it's a London-Lancashire final at Wembley on May the 2nd. The West Ham Manchester United game at Hillsborough, Sheffield was watched by a 65,000 crowd, and with them was our commentator Wally Barnes.
And at the other end of this very wet and waterlogged pitch are the other semi-finalists this afternoon, West Ham United. And it's West Ham kicking off in this semi-final tie here at Hillsborough against Manchester United. West Ham playing in their normal colour of Cambridge blue, and Manchester United in the all-white strip this afternoon. The conditions a very long way from being perfect. A very heavy, dull, overcast sky, raining intermittently, and a very wet, heavy, waterlogged pitch to play on. Hurst just managing to keep it in play. And that's a difficult one there, and a great save there by Gaskell. A tremendous save there by Gaskell. He was nearly caught unawares, but Sissons with the corner for West Ham. And it's a bit too hard. Best not able to get it away, but Sethers, I think, will, and does. And a throw into West Ham United. Burkett back to Moore. Oh, and he hits his own voice, in fact, in the back of the neck, and it's Charlton punching across a lovely pass there to Chisnell. Bond in, a bit too hard, and it's Queeran now, putting it on ad to Best. Best trying a shot there, and it's a wonderful save there by Standen. In fact, he didn't save it. It hit the bar. I thought, in fact, that it saved it. And then Mr. Stokes has decided that I'm wrong on both counts. In fact, it's an offside against Law. And there is, well, I thought it was a foul, but the referee has waved play on. Byrne to Hurst. Hurst to Sissons. And there is a foul against Sissons there. You probably could see him pushing, but he's holding his face, so I suppose he could well have run into the back of Brennan's elbow as he was trying to go forward there. For Brennan to take the free kick for Manchester United. Eventually it's Law that just dollars it back to Brennan to take his time. Not bad finding somebody to play it to. And there's Chisnell. Bovington late there, but still with Law. Law for Manchester United, the skipper of the Manchester United side. And Hurd just wasn't going then with the pass that Law made for him. Standen onto the head of Dunn, and it's Moore now. Across to Hurst. Hurst. Ah, he's trying the impossible there, really. Not even setting the eye of a needle through a very wet and boggy pitch is a difficult enough job, but an impossibility against the Manchester United defence. And it's Moore. Punching it well clear there, Brennan, up to it, and Bovington not onto it quick enough, and it's Chisnell to Queeran. Oh, and a bad pass there by Queeran puts West Ham right back in the picture, and it's Braidbrook being tackled out of it by Charlton. Nothing at all wrong in that tackle, and it's Queeran now. Queeran just Law didn't go, but he's going now, and going very quickly, and it's just pushed back quite calmly. Byrne again, this heavy ground. Setters trying a tremendous dip there at it, but didn't quite get his shot in. Dunn to Charlton, and undoubtedly now Manchester United right on top at this stage. Push through there. Law climbs up, and it's Burkitt. A very, very good piece of play there by Burkitt, right under pressure. Sorry, it's not Burkitt, it's Moore. These two blonde boys look very much alike at this distance, but typical of Moore, of course, under pressure, no panic, and it's Byrne to Braybrook. Again, the pace off the pitch, beating Braybrook, and a throw-in to Manchester United. Dunn back to Setters. Setters. Bovington to Boyce. Oh, and there's the ball sticking again. West Ham, as yet, have not overcome this rather simple mistake of not pushing the ball hard enough, and it's Braybrook not getting up high enough there. Dunn pushing it away, and that'll be a throw-in to West Ham. Back it comes to Moore. Setters up, and of course does the exact thing that he should do under circumstances like that. Not just straight behind for a corner to West Ham. Braybrook then with the corner for West Ham. And on balance, West Ham have had more corners than Manchester United, but have not yet turned them any advantage. Let's see what happens with this one. And it's Hurst, I think, yes. That cannons that one past the post. And they very nearly turned it to advantage that time. Manchester United kicking off in the second half with the score still 0-0. And they, I think, for my money, have been slightly the better side in this first half. The standard of football has been remarkably good, considering the very bad conditions of the ground here. But this is no fault, of course, of the Sheffield Wednesday groundsman, just the fact that it's rained so very heavily, and it's still raining now as the game is going on. And I think we'll have to see a little bit more action from the West Ham forwards if they're going to penetrate this very strong Manchester United defence in the second half. Gaskell taking the goal kick for Manchester United, pushed on by Fearon. Oh, and it's Charlton there. Charlton getting onto it. And this may be the first one. Oh, it's whipped past the post. My goodness me. In fact, it just touched the post as it went past from Hurd, but there was a mistake there between Bond and Standen, although I must say that Bovington got caught flat-footed in the mud out of that. So we really can't blame anybody other than the mud for that mishap in the West Ham goal. Hurst turns it back, and there's Braybrook onto it. Braybrook having to wait now because there's nobody across there. It's a corner kick, in fact, off the arm of Dunn, but no appeal for handball. Corner kick then to West Ham. Still no score. Brown comes up, and it's Hurst that goes slightly askew there. Sissons. It's charged out by a complete wall of Manchester United players there. And Best it is that comes away with the ball, makes a present of it, straight to Burkitt. Burkitt. Byrne gets his head to it, but it's been pushed straight back again to Best, and it's with Law now. Law. Manchester United now undoubtedly getting well on top in this second half. It's finds Hurd. Hurd clipping it through there. Charlton, it's Best. And the pace off the floor beat him once again. Well, the second half is only 10 minutes old, but again West Ham under pressure from this Manchester United side. West Ham throw going to Byrne. Throw in to West Ham United. Bond, I think, will trot up and take it. This will give West Ham an additional forward to play around with, or additional man up in attack. But up to now they haven't used this to any advantage. And Fearon just cutting it off there. Bond to Braybrook. Braybrook to Bond. Bond chopping it into the centre. Hurst getting it down. And a fair old pile-up of players there, and I think Setters is all right. Yes, he's up on his feet. He's a pretty tough customer, is Setters. Boyce. And there's the first one. Boyce it is. 11 minutes gone in the second half, and it's Boyce, the clockwork man they call him at West Ham, that put West Ham, I must say, against the run of play, 1-0 in the lead. Now the fight is undoubtedly really on. But of course it may also have the effect on West Ham, in as much as young Sissons here, who's had a very quiet game so far, might come into the picture, and he certainly is. Well, he's overrun it there, the same as Byrne has done so many times, and it's Manchester United now storming back into the attack. Long raking pass there, Brown onto it. Throw in for Manchester United. Kieran hooking it in there. Might well have been a penalty on Bond, Charlton, and it's Boyce that gets it away. The best, and it's past the front end of the post for a goal kick to West Ham. Standon's goal kick for West Ham, and Byrne wanting it inside. Setters. Burkett up to Sissons. Now, Burkett streaking up with him. Oh, and a wonderful run there by Brennan, a superb run there by Brennan to pace himself up with Burkett. Oh, a wonderful piece of quick thinking by Brennan there to save that might well have been a second goal, and it's corner kick now to West Ham. Burkett punching it through there, and it's the second one, yes! And I can't make out who it is. They're all covered in mud. I think it might well be Bovington. Bovington, I think. No, it's Boyce. These players are so alike, and they're covered with mud, but that was Boyce who scored the first goal, that scored the second one. And this with, I make it, 80 minutes gone in the second half. Manchester United now kicking off, 2-0 down. And West Ham undoubtedly in full cry. Kieran there, bulldozing his way through, but Mr. Stokes going up for a foul. Oh, what a day this is for young Boyce. Most unassuming of players, but what a worker. Probably one of the hardest working number 8 playing football in the First Division today. Moore now with the free kick. Braybrook nodding it inside. There's a foul against Braybrook for holding Dan Dunn with both arms as he was going up. Now Manchester United are still in with a chance. They've got, I make it, 26 minutes play to pull these 2 goals back. United now storming back in again as they've got to. Kieran carrying the ball. He must carry it because to allow young Best to get up there. And it's a good slide tackle there by Bond that saves the day. Kieran pushing it hard across. Bovington banging it out. Setters. And Setters obviously trying desperately to get a penalty, but in fact went the wrong way, and so did Braybrook. So in actual fact he got a corner out of it. Best to take the corner kick for Manchester United. And a tremendous heave up of players there. Chisnell hit Brown, I think there. Bit of quick thinking on the part of Brown. Bit of quick thinking and hit him in the arm in actual fact that he threw up, but it doesn't really make a great deal of difference. Unless I'm very much mistaken, Mr. Stokes is given offside against Hurd and Law on the other side of the goal. And it would appear after that, I think it must have been the shin, in fact, the stocking saturated with mud that went into Standon's face and probably filled both his eyes with mud. But and there's the first of 1 or 2, and Standon, I think, was still a bit dazed about this because it was a very bad free kick by Bond that put Manchester United bang on form there. And Law it is that has made it 2-1. Well, I should think something like about 40 minutes left for play because there was a long delay there while Standon was being seen to by his trainer. And I don't really know yet whether he's perfectly all right or not. Well, 2-1 now in Manchester United's favour, and they've, as I say, they've got a few minutes 14, I would think, in which to take this back. Well, my goodness me, they've done it before. They pulled 2 back in 4 minutes against Sunderland. So there's no earthly reason why they can't pull 2 back in 14 minutes this afternoon. Gaskell taking the goal kick for Manchester United. Bond clearing it up there, and United now that are bursting back in, as of course you would expect them to. And it's Kieran on to Chisnell. Best getting it up to Hurst. Folks, and Hurst certainly having a bad time. He seems to be a very tired young man, but I still think that his thigh is probably causing him a lot of problems. Oh, and a beautiful pass. Hurst onto it. And that's the 3-1. And the man undoubtedly that sparked that goal off was a superb effort by Moore. He held off 2 or 3 tackles down the sideline and made a magnificent pass. And there's Hurst, the player who I still think has got a bad thigh, but not bad enough to stop him making it 3-1 in West Ham's favour, with possibly, I'm not really sure because of time to be added on, but say about 10 minutes left for play. Well, West Ham then, 2 clear goals in the lead again. Brown banging it well clear. Folks, the opposition centre-half, just pushing it up now to Kerr. What a tremendous battle this has been. Some wonderful football played in some really atrocious conditions. And it's all the more power to these two teams rather, that we've seen virtually no edginess or panickiness at all in the whole of this 90 minutes. And there is the final whistle. So West Ham United have beaten Manchester United 3-1 here this afternoon, and they'll be at Wembley on May the 2nd. In the first half it was undoubtedly Manchester United who were far the better side. But in the second half, after Joyce just got his foot to a ball and put them 1 goal into lead, it was West Ham, I felt, that always had the edge and maintained it right until the final whistle.
It's a great day for the Hammers, now in their first cup final since they played in the very first Wembley final in 1923. And what a great day, too, for Fred Pickering, the £90,000 centre-forward Everton signed from Blackburn this week. Pickering paid off the first instalment of that fabulous transfer fee by hitting a hat-trick in Everton's 6-1 win over Nottingham Forest. Another man on the target today was the England star Bobby Tambling, who got all 4 goals in Chelsea's remarkable 4-2 win over Arsenal at Highbury. And to think that only 7 days ago Tambling was dropped because he'd lost his goal-scoring touch. And right out of touch, Coventry have at last lost the leadership of the 3rd Division. Crystal Palace take over as top dogs, but there was tragedy to tarnish the London club's triumph. Their skipper and former England star Ronnie Allen was carried off with a knee injury after scoring the winning goal against Queen's Park Rangers. He had an operation to replace the kneecap this evening. And now back to the cup, and Swansea Town's dreams shattered by the torrential rain which turned Villa Park into a sea of mud, and 2 rather lucky goals.
Swansea is here to greet the 2nd Division club from Wales, who are playing in changed colours. They've got orange shirts. They look rather lighter than Preston's, but they certainly seem to have fantastic support. Preston North End are favourites to win this game, especially now the rains have come and swamped this ground. Preston have their full side out, and the man to watch will be number 9, the centre-forward Dawson, an expert goal scorer and a man who should revel in these conditions. And Preston in the darker shirts kick off this cup tie that's going to be ruined by the ground conditions, I should think. And unfortunately the continuous rain is making it rather murky. So invisibility isn't all it should be. Oh, we're very sorry about that, but we'll just have to blame the Birmingham rain. Here comes Swansea moving forward first. Draper. Now the McLaughlin, and a chance for Swansea to break away very quickly. And streaking out it is Starlord with him. A free, is it a penalty or a free kick? No penalty on the edge of the penalty area, the referee says. The linesman is right in line. room is absolutely level with the incident. The Swansea fans absolutely incensed, fear they've been robbed of a certain goal. And up to take the kick comes Herbie Williams, and it's a corner, but how on earth Thomas missed that? Probably just caught on the wrong foot. And Jones to take the corner for Swansea. And even Dawson back helping the Preston defence at the moment. Here's Hughes. Draper. Ross moving that one away very coolly. And here's Dawson, Ashworth moving forward. But we'll have to hit the ball a lot harder than that. Wilson for Preston. Trying to get on the comparatively firmer ground on the wing. Norton back again now to Wilson. Neat move. And now Holden's got a chance. In moves Wilson, there's Ashworth and the corner kick. Wilson with the corner for Preston. Dawson, very dangerous play with the ball in the air. Now Lawton through to Ashworth, who's well offside. And the referee has given him offside, and of course there is a fullback standing on the line. Now it's very easy to shout at referees for this, but if you ever refereed a football match, I think he might well give a dropped ball. Yes. Brave referee to admit his mistake like that. Oh, Williams. Now here's Evans. Up to Thomas, centre forward. Back again. Evans again, that tantalised dropping centre to Draper, and the shot down McLaughlin, and it's a goal! McLaughlin has scored! McLaughlin has scored for Swansea, and we're playing the injury time now, the stoppage time. Well, the centres from Evans always promised to bring a goal. They brought one, and Swansea lead 1-0. Swansea Town start the second half, 1-0 in the lead. So hopeful that they will become only the second Welsh club to reach the FA Cup final, emulating the feat of Cardiff City in 1927. Oh, Wilson seemed to be held down then. Linesman deciding that the Brown was to blame. He didn't flag, so it's only a throw for Preston, being taken by Lawton. Ashworth, and now Lawton again. It's a nasty looking one. In moves Holden. I don't usually associate Dougie Holden with heading a football, but it wasn't a bad effort. That one kept dangerously low. Now then, Ashworth, he's got Dawson up there with him. Dawson trying to get into space. Tackle by Johnson. Now then, a chance for Dawson. Back to Lawton and now to Wilson. Wilson trying to use his speed. It's Williams cutting it off now. And up comes Davidson. Swansea tending to run out to play the offside game. Dangerous tactics. Fighting desperately now, but they can't really get on top of the Swansea team. And now Dawson taking that nicely, and there's a penalty. Must be a penalty. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. Dawson was held. He tried to break through. So, a penalty to Preston with 7 minutes of the second half gone. Cannonball Alex Dawson to take the penalty kick. Dramatic moment. Now he must score this. A goal he has, it's one each. really down now. 1 goal each. Back where we started, you might say. Spavin, working like a beaver, getting it up now to Holden. These are not the sort of conditions that Holden likes. There's Dawson. And up comes Spavin now, taking that one up to Esworth, and now Wilson. That's the sort of situation Noel Dwyer loves. Oh, at the centre half has scored! Singleton has scored! Fully 35 yards. Well, I suppose you can blame the goalkeeper, Noel Dwyer, but he no doubt will be just as shocked as anybody, not expecting a shot like that. Swansea will never forget the goal that looks as if it's going to be the winning goal. But is it? There's McLaughlin. Oh, no! Oh, Preston are in dire trouble if Swansea can only control the ball. Now they've got to strike quickly. Indirect free kick. Indirect free kick. Obstruction not a foul. Always one of the most controversial laws in football. 11 Preston men back in their own penalty area. Linesman's flagging. Free kick to Swansea. Everybody crowding into the Preston penalty area now. Can only be seconds to go, and it's Evans to take the free kick. Is it? No, there's Kelly on his line, quite safe, and that was a foul. Oh, there's a fair old fight now. Great fight going on. Well, it didn't last very long, but it looked a bit nasty while it lasted. Still the great whistling from the Preston fans who want to hear the referee's whistle and know that Preston North End are on the way to Wembley. Tommy Lord. Out to Wilson. Purcell going across there. Get the throw to Preston. Throw to Preston. It's Lord there. Yes, no. Yes, it's all over. It's all over. Preston are through. I've only given offside, but Preston are through to Wembley. 2 goals to 1, and gallant Swansea Town go out.
And so Swansea Town's dream of becoming the first Welsh club to play in the final since Cardiff played Arsenal in 1927 have faded. But for the other two, Preston and West Ham, now comes the 7 long weeks of tension and expectation before the final itself on May the 2nd. BBC Television, of course, will be at Wembley on the big day to capture all the thrills and drama when West Ham meet Preston. But there we end Sports Special for tonight, so it's good night.